Hi, 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 hi. What's the song? Hi, 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 hi. What's the song? Anyone know that? It's been bugging me for just the 2 seconds then. No, I mentioned it the other day. Listen, this stream nearly didn't happen. I haven't got my Ethernet cable. I'll explain when there's a few more people here. I'll explain why there was no yoga. Most of you can guess. And we've got some good news. We've got some guests sorted out for other days, and I'm gonna. Lumi reckons it's the High song. I might actually go. No, Packer. It's not Buffalo Soldier. It might. If he turns up, I'll ask him. Come on, people. Is it? Rags, you might be right, actually. I think it's in that film, isn't it? What is it? Hi, 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 hi. Hi, 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 hi. But would anyone know? I don't think it's Mozza. Would anyone know how you'd find it? I'd really like to hear it, because it has been bugging me. It's Paint Your Wagon. Hello, Windy. It's Paint Your Wagon, but is it actually Paint Your Wagon, that track? Let's have a look. So this is what today was. This isn't me complaining. I love streaming, or I wouldn't be doing it. Woke up, streamed, worst grift in ever. Streamed into work. Started working while streaming, got caught out, finished streaming, straight onto work, finished work, then remembered I had to get a video out today. So the break I was going to have between work and this stream, made the video, sent it to the bloke who looks over it and tells me if it's all right. He went, no, you fucked up this bit. And I was like, okay, I'll do it again. It was only 3 hours of work. Done it again. Had to sort of just acceptance. I talk about acceptance a lot. There's no point going, fuck it. No, I just thought, all right, And first of all, I started trying to edit out the audio, because I was putting audio over a visual. And I started trying to edit bits out, and I thought, stop. Already, if you build a house on shaky foundations, by the time you get to the roof, it doesn't matter how good the roof is, that house is going to fall down. And so instead of trying to repair these little mistakes by editing chunks out and put that here, and then I had about 8 tracks, and I'm never an 8-track guy. I'm a visual audio, occasionally another image. So I just thought, you need some acceptance here. You fucked it. You didn't do it well enough. Done some more research. Just accepted it. Had a few breaths. Breathing is so important. You remember I was saying the other day about when people do yoga that they stop breathing? Well, it's quite funny, actually. Do you remember I was on the stream and I went, you will stop breathing. And I just had to sit down, breathe a bit in your nose, out your mouth. In my nose, out my mouth. And then I was like, right, re-record it, done it, finished that, just had a snack. Weren't bad though. I got some brie. I managed to find a good source of brie out here. There's quite a big French influence in Cambodia, as there is in Vietnam as well, because they colonized the areas. And had a nice bit of brie, nice bit of baguette. It was, the baguettes that you buy half cooked and you put them in the oven and warm them up a bit. And so it was like the brie just melted on it. And in this heat, I mean, it's 28 at the moment, but it's 1:30 in the morning. So the brie was soft anyway, but when you put it on a warm baguette, bit of lettuce on there as well, bit of balsamic, bit of olive oil. I thought, hang on, this is all right. This is all right. What are you moaning about? What, you've moaning that you've worked all day? It's good. It's nice. You're moaning that you've streamed. I got 200 new subscribers in the last 7 days. Scrubs, amazing. Now that will be having Devon putting me on his channel. That will be having Bearing coming on. But that isn't a bad thing. That's a good thing. You have people on, they market your channel. And, you know, YouTube doesn't help me. However, YouTube is helping me a little bit. Because, LOR Pizzle, because before, if you put Dangerfield into YouTube, you used to get 8 or 9 pages of Rodney Dangerfield, even the old BBC One thing about the doctor detective Dangerfield. And if you were lucky, me. It was second when I searched it. So because I've cleaned up my channel and been a little bit clever about what I say, YouTube are getting back on board. Anglo-Saxon, you have been an absolute gem. If it weren't for you and Alan and Lil Bullet, I'd have been grifting about £2 a day, which I don't think is that good for 4 hours work. Like, I'm happy to stream for 2.5, 3 hours now. But it is a bit discouraging. I know everyone's skint, but even the odd £2. If everyone gave 50p, it would be fine. So I just want you to know, Mr. Saxon, that is muchos apreciato. But I also do understand that people are skint, and I wouldn't stop streaming if the grift stopped. I probably wouldn't do so much because I'd be working, earning money, because you need to eat. And if I'm having a family, this is quite an interesting thing in my life that, you know, I've never worried about money, even when I didn't have any, because I can sort myself out. You know, I will sort myself out. I always have. But if you've got kids, as a lot of you will know from experience, if you've got kids and a wife and that, it's not about me sleeping under a fucking bush somewhere. It's not about me doing something a bit, you know, I've got to have that responsibility there. And it's quite an interesting sort of change of, and that, I'll be honest with you, that does scare me about having a family. You know, people have always said to me, you're scared of having kids and that, and they're like, oh, you think it's going to be this, you're going to. One of the main things that scares me is looking after them, taking care of them. So, you know, it's quite interesting. But my missus sent me some photos of her. Let me see if I can find one. Steady. She sent me a couple of photos of her. They've had another baby at the provinces. You know, I said they knock out babies in the provinces like nobody's business. Oh, I'm not joking. There's a new one every couple of months. Someone else. And I'll say to my missus, whose baby is that? And she'll go, sister. I go, what one? And it'll be another one whose name I don't know. And also in Cambodia, this is something else. I mentioned the taxis earlier, the tuk-tuks. So thank you, Anglo, for that. That's muchos apreciato. And I also saw young Packer drop a 2. Thank you, Packer. Oh, yeah, who's that too? Cheers, mate. Rags, you cheeky birthday bastard. Check your telegram, you boob. I did. I always look through your telegrams. It's just inappropriate, though, and too long. I've got one of them racked up. I've already got one of them racked up to go. You little bastard. All right. I'll give you that. There's me shouting at you. I've got one of yours racked up to go later. Rags, I always watch them. The MMA bloke you told me, that's been gone. They've taken that down. So that's why I haven't got back to you about that. But nice one on the Phil Saliva. Let me get the fucking grift out of the way, since the generosity has been wicked already. Where was I? Right, I'm going to play that in a minute, Rags. Let me get this done. So the other thing about Cambodia is names, right? I was with my missus for 2.5 years. Hello, Skinscar. Good to see you, mate. John, Ralphie, Bushy, Fat. Fat's been a while. I see you write it earlier. It looked like a couple of scrubs were having a bit of a tear up, and so you just thought I'd calm them down with fat. Yeah, that goes back a while. That does. Nice one, Marzi Panianus. That's absolutely wonderful. And also, I'd like to apologise to people. If you get, apparently, if you're a member for 3 months or 6 months, you get a free super chat, which I wasn't aware of, but I don't see them. So if someone gets one of them and they tell me so that I can say thanks and put it on the screen, because they don't show up in I'm gonna be sick. Imagine I actually puked and just pretended it didn't happen. Imagine I went, so if you did, and so if you do see one of those, that would be ridiculous, wouldn't it? Hello, Dub Power. Bullet 5 says junkies are good with money when they're straight, don't know what to do with it. Well, you're absolutely right. I don't buy anything. I don't buy things. I don't want things. Like, I bought a suit made in Cambodia. Like, I think how much did I pay for that? Couple of £100, wasn't it? 150 or something. Bought some handmade shoes, $40. What? But I don't really want things. I'm not a things kind of guy. And money used to be smack vouchers, and nowadays it's but preparing to buy a bit of land. And I've decided we're going to build a house. My missus ain't into it. She's pretending to be into it. But when I sent her the video of the people making log cabins, she was like, yeah, okay. She wants one of these. There's a lot of them going up around Cambodia at the moment. They look like wedding cakes. They're garish colours. Hello, Salmon. Good to see you, mate. Garish. They look like horrible wedding cakes. And I did thank you for that already, didn't I, Ian? Thanks, mate. And hang on, what's going on here? How comes I've missed those? Pags! Nice one, Pags. Pags, you told me your PE teacher called you Pags, and I wasn't sure at the time whether you were sort of hinting for me not to call you Pags or whether you were sweet with it. Nice one, Pags. Much appreciato. Mouse Cats dropped $8.99. Yeah, I was about to say exactly that. There you go. Thank you, Mouse Cat. That's very kind of you. Mouse Cat's missus. The music festival is going to be awesome. It's Wednesday. There's so many tunes and so much. I haven't heard them, but I know that there's a piano piece, there's a bit of this, there's a bit of punk, there's a bit of Britpop. It's going to be very interesting. Ian, here's the problem. Thank you, Pags, and thank you, Mouse Cat, for those donations. Here's the problem, Ian. With the internet doing me up, which it isn't at the moment, touch wood, when I do the Yogwest streams, I don't get to see the screen, and I'm not sitting in front of it. So if the screen goes black, I might be in a pose. I can't see it. So you lot just don't see me. And then when I get out of that pose, that could be 2 minutes of nothing. And then I see it. Then I've got to come over to the computer. Then I've got to go to another internet, make sure that's all right. Then go. It's meant to be relaxing and it's meant to be spiritually calming, and it won't be. So let me get this internet cable. Also, as if you've noticed, I'm streaming later tonight, and it's so far, I think I'm on my actual one. Yeah, so far so good. So as you suggested, I'm going to get that Ethernet cable tomorrow, and we'll do the yoga stream when it can be a relaxing stream, because it needs to be. It'll be a fucking horrible. Imagine you're just sitting there waiting for me. Oh, sorry, I've just got to go on the other internet. Oh, has it gone? Screen gone again? Can you hear me? Am I still here? And you're like, yeah, this is like having a bath in real poo. Right, hang on. Thank you, John. There you go. Quid's alive. Oh, shit. Dropped my vape. Baz says you were a Klitschard hobo, not being or something. I don't know what that means, man, but if you want, I'll take it. Oh, well, I was homeless, but homeless doesn't mean living on the street, although I did for about a week. But I was homeless. We were living in junkies' rotten mildew basements and things. It was gross. Playing my acoustic guitar in the street in the middle of winter for some money for some baccy. Couple of Chelsea buns for me and the missus for breakfast, and then go and rob something. Then go and do all the phone boxes for a few coins. There you go. Fair enough. Fair enough. Pizzle's homeless now, man. Terrible, terrible way of doing things. No, Riggs, I'm going to disagree with you. I think money does give you more freedom because it gives you more choices, and we live in that world. But you've also got to, you know, people who've won the lottery, for instance, it's ruined their lives many times. And you can go too far down that road. You know, if you're chasing money, you've got to remember what it's for. Yeah, but it doesn't show, Rags. Why doesn't it show? This is bollocks, Mom. That should show. Right, maybe it will show. Maybe there's something wrong with StreamYards because I can't see those at all. Let's have a look on YouTube. Hang on. Well, if you have joined, that's bloody lovely. And you'll see us in the private chat. No, that's Marzipan's one. King Corona as a member for 7 months. It says there. Nice one, King Corona. You've absolutely got the Clint Eastwood badge. You nailed it. Marzipan's got his 4-month Scrub Explorer. Are you talking about those two, Marzipan? Are you not Marzipan? Sorry, Rags. Are you talking about Ian and King Corona? Confirm with me it's them, and I think that's a different thing. That's just yeah, bloody great, wasn't it, the popcorn? So good Lord, I started about 10 stories. Rags, are you talking about those two members? I think you must be, or something's going terribly wrong. Adele, what's happening with the snake? Can you let me know? Right. Hello, Chick Tate. Are you new around these parts? Welcome to the glorious house of Scrubs, or perhaps you've been lurking for a while and you've put your head above the parapet. Now I can see a new member come up. Now, Grit has joined the firm. Hi! Nice one, Grit. You will be in the private streams. Salmon, you corrected me on Salmon 5 times, and now you want me to call you Paul. It's Paul. All right, Paul. Not a problem, Salmon. Right. Yeah, that's what happens. When you join, there's free strata. And so whatever one you joined, you'll get an invite to that stream. And then we all get on the screen. It's not like this. It's like a chat more than me shouting at everyone. Hello, Dan. Been a while, mate. Nice to see you. Right, so what am I telling you about? Right, the names. Let's do the names first. Chris Air. I haven't even done entropy yet, have I? Hang on. Let me sort out entropy. I thought this was going to be a relaxing stream. And I went into the community tab to see what the votes were. And everyone, it was like 90% like the chaotic ones. And I was like, oh, they're going to be gutted because I am knackered. But this is chaos. This is knackered chaos. Thank you, Jess. I'm actually double bubble on the crammer today. Check it. Here, I'll show you. Hang on, I'll have to adjust my middle one. Hang on. Oh, my penis. So look, double crammer. Can you see? Crammer 2. They're so nice because they're light, you know. So easy walking around with a bit of fucking with a skirt on. Right, so their names. I was telling you about another baby. And so I'll say to my girlfriend, because there's a picture of her holding it. And I said, who's the kid? She goes, our sister. And I'm like, right, so there's Pomone, there's Doit, there's Pomone, Doit. What's the other one called? I can't remember. But then I'll see someone else call one of them by a different name. Or someone will say to me, can you go and ask Plavu or something? Go and ask Plavu. I go, who the fuck's Plavu? And they go, do it. And I go, yeah, but you just called her Plavu. She said, well, yeah, that's her name. I go, well, what's her real name? And she'll go, Tat. I'm like, what? Well, on her ID card, it's Tat. But we call her Plavu. But when it's informal, it's Doit. And I'm going to say, hello, Smiler. Are you new on these parts? Welcome to the glorious House of Scrubs, streaming twice a day and making videos. Well, it might be like that, Rusky, but the thing is, there was only one bloke called me Worthington. It wasn't like, no one else did. Well, his missus did occasionally. Yeah, I get that, Rusky, but they're not regular. It's not the same. 2.5 years before I knew what my girlfriend's real name was. Not because she was hiding it from me. It's just not important to them because they've got a different culture. Those things aren't important. They have different names in different contexts. It's a peculiar thing. It is a peculiar thing. There you go. This is the kind of logic I have to deal with on a daily basis. You've just summed it up. You've summed it up. Hello, Plastic African. Drexel says, is it a towel or a skirt? It's a krama. It's it's one of these. It's a traditional Cambodian multifunctional piece of cloth. I've seen women put one on the floor, put a baby in it, grab the two ends, whoosh, and swing it round them and tie a knot, and the baby stuck to their chest. Really, I've seen that baby go right round them. Incredible. Not just once either. They know how to do it. They've been doing it since they had that baby at 15 or whatever. Anyway, so I see my missus with this baby, and I said, whose is it? She said, my sister. I said, what's her name? And she went, I don't know. What, is it your real sister? She's like, well, it's my mum's my mum and her mum. My mum's mum is the same as her mum. So it's your auntie, it's your cousin. Well, no, because blah, blah, blah. And okay, what's her name? Don't know. You don't know your cousin's name. She's not my cousin, she's my sister. All right, you don't know your sister's name. And then she's like, well, I can get her identity card. I'm like, no, that's not really the point. Is it because she lives a long way away and you rarely see her? She's like, no, she lives there. What do you call her? And she says Bong, which is brother, by the way. Bong. That's what that, and everyone in Cambodia calls everyone Bong. It's Bong with a G, with a silent G. Bong. You have to sort of, the G is like up here. Bong. If you say Bong, like every foreigner here does, they go into bars and go, "Oi, Bong!" No one will turn around. It's fucking weird. Bong, Bong. But if you go Bong, they'll go, yeah. They'll go Ba, and that's another one. They'll go Ba, but that's Bart with a silent T. But the T is there. It's not totally silent. It's Ba. Did you hear it? Ba. But that's not the same as but. Ba. Which isn't the same as Ba. If you say to a man, Ba, Ba, they'll think, what, black sheep? Have you any wool? But if you say Ba, 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 yeah, I'm the man to ask. I've been here nearly 4 years. I know 5 words. We're doing all right. It's a peculiar situation, but, you know, what else are we going on about? Anyway, so I see her with this baby in her hands, and I imagined it was mine. I thought, imagine, you know, because this is on the cards. This is what we're going to be doing. This is what we're going to get on with. And I thought, one day you might see that photo, and that's going to be you. That's going to be your kid with your missus going. And it really affected me in a really nice way. I was like, oh, imagine that. Imagine seeing someone I've loved like I've never loved, holding a child that we made together. And I was just like, wow, fucking hell, this is going to be seriously heavy. This is going to be heavy. Well, it's funny you say, did the baby have a fur hat? Because I've got a picture of me. I've got a photograph of me with, bollocks, where's it gone? Why did I get rid of that, you dozy fucker? I did have a picture of me, Hidden Name has become a new member. I'd like to tell you who it is, but he's hidden his name. Nice one. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the private streams. You'll get a notification, but follow me on Telegram, link in the description, just in case you don't get a notification, but you should. Big Daddy Danger. Come on, let's have it right. Big Daddy Danger. Daddy Danger. He saw Jesus in a manger. Tech Roach, he's still hanging on. He's still got a YouTube account. It's ridiculous. He says this, $5 chop, chop, chop. Thanks for the reply, Chris. Much appreciato. 48 years old today. Can I shill Giga biological? Yeah, maybe if you spelt that right, you want to shill that again. I'll read it out. For all your coof biological truth. I'm going to change coof because I reckon they're on that. I reckon by now the Jogger and Coof, they're finished. They're now known. Is that the right spelling? I'm guessing it isn't, but it might be. It might be. Bam Bam says Popper Cracky Fields and spells fields wrong. If you're gonna dig someone, don't look silly. Tech Roach wrote me a long email, and I don't welcome long emails, but Tech Roach has been around here for a long time. He supported this channel for a long time, and fuck me, man. Well, I'm not going to share this stuff with the scrubs, but stay strong, brother. Fuck me, stay strong. And you know what? I was reading that thinking it's crazy. People think they're having trouble in life. You can get proper annoyed about things like me earlier. Why won't my internet work? I need an Ethernet cable, blah, blah, blah. And reading your email, I was like, I had to take breaks in between the paragraphs. Yeah, no, I got no reason to question that at all. Yeah, man. Wow. Right, let's go. That's very kind of you, Anglo-Saxon, welcoming a new member. And we got Drexel in as well. And there was someone else who turned up. Yeah, I reckon that 48's lovely. Believe me, Tech Roach is fucking struggling. I don't mean that as in he's... but he's dealing with a lot of shit. So that's very, very nice of people to put that in the chat. And bless you, Tech Roach. Seriously, my friend, bless you. Philip Swain says, the first time I saw my daughter, it was the strangest, deepest feeling I've ever had. Well, obviously, Philip, I have been on the internet non-stop since my missus said she wanted 4 kids. And that's all I hear. That's all I hear. Very rarely has anyone said anything else. I mean, Baring obviously said, don't go downstairs when she's giving birth because it's like watching your favourite boozer burn down. And I won't be doing that. And my missus, I already asked her, I said, do you want me to be there for the birth? And she said, yeah. I said, but what, near your head or near the baby's head? And she went, near my head. I was like, sweet. But everything I've read says that. They just, even people who like unplanned thinking, shit, man, my life this wasn't what I wanted it to do. As soon as the nurse goes, you made this, hold it. That's it. Different story now. So, let's go. Let's go for it. I don't want to just spend the rest of my life working. For what? Writing. Okay, I could just about get by just writing. But, we've all heard my story. I say it time and time again. It was Christmas once. I was on my own in Soho. And I was thinking, shouldn't there be people around here? Shouldn't I have, like, children running about and family and nice things? No, just me on my own, taking drugs. And I ended up banging some Chinese brass, some freelancer on Christmas Eve at midnight. Happy Christmas. She had a face like an unmade bed, and her fucking casino weren't much better. I had to. Okay, so it is correct. Giga on. There you go, people. So Tech Roaches for your. I haven't seen this channel. I can't say it's any good or any bad, but Tech Roach is a cool guy. So he's saying Giga on biological. It just didn't look right altogether, Tech Roach. You know what I mean? For all your oof knowledge or oof information. That's my new one for the coof, by the way. Oof. So where were we? We were talking about Cambodian names. We were talking about a girlfriend. Oh, here's something else. Right. So this is really sad. I'm going to tell you something that's quite sad. He might be watching. I'm sure he won't mind because people won't know it's him. So listen to this. So I met a scrub once, and I don't want to go into too much detail because I don't want anyone to know who it is, basically. And he's largely a lurker. And if it wasn't for him, I would have probably left Cambodia because I was in a bit of, it was a bit hard when I first got here. I didn't really understand how much of a change it will be moving from somewhere that I loved and knew everyone. I knew every single person in Soho. My walk from my flat to Bar Italia, it was like a Jack's Tatty film. Like I'd be walking along. Hello, John. All right, Pedro. Morning, June. Hello, Martha. Blah, blah, blah. Loads of freebies, all this kind of stuff. No, Baz, I've already explained that. I'll explain it again a bit later. But we will have it in the week. I've got to sort my internet out. We can't be blacking out when I'm 4 meters away from the computer. It will not be relaxed. Oh, skin scars off, is he? Oh no, that's lovely. That you've got every reason to be doing that. Enjoy it, skin scar. Have a lovely evening, mate. Send my regards to the missus. He really helped me out. And I, like I say, I didn't realize what a change it would be to suddenly just be me on my own. I'd only ever stayed in Phnom Penh for the night, about 8 nights, but 1 night at a time. So I'd come out to Cambodia 8 or 9 times over the last 10 years, but I'd got off the airport, stayed in Phnom Penh for a night, and then fucked off down to the beach area, which is in the southwest, about 5-hour drive. And so, couldn't speak the language. It was very strange. People think Cambodia is going to be like Thailand, and it is nothing like Thailand. Me too, Arpizzle. That's a wonderful thing to say. And he really helped me out. But I'm going to tell you something now. He used to live in Thailand, this bloke, and he's a mate of mine now, right? But he used to live in Thailand, and he got married to a Thai bird, right? So imagine that. You leave England and all your friends, goes to Thailand and falls in love, gets married. Yeah? Wonderful. But then she got really sick, and it was cancer. And I don't know the details about treatment or whatever, whether they tried or whatever, but it didn't work. And he said this to me one night. He said, my brother used to come over to Thailand to be with me around that time because, that's fucking hard. There's a reason I'm telling you this. I'll get there. So he said your streams used to get me through a lot of that time because it would just make me smile when it felt like my whole world was collapsing, which it would be. And this is why I'm telling you this, because my missus has got a sore throat at the moment. That's all. And she's a bit bunged up, right? And when I ring her and when we chat on WhatsApp video, she's in bed sort of thing. And she's sort of like, hello. And it's devastating. I just feel so protective and I just want to I don't want her to be ill. She's only got a little cold. And I'm like, I don't like it. It makes me really sad seeing her like that. It's not even bad, but because I love her and because she loves me. When my mate's wife was progressing through her illness, he said to me that one night she was sitting up and her spine just gave way. Her spine just gave way and she just collapsed. And he basically realized that the disease had progressed to the point where she couldn't hold her back up now. And I was thinking today just how much pain and sadness I have over just seeing my girlfriend with a minor illness that a couple of paracetamol and an early night will cure. And yet this bloke has seen his wife, who he married, who he loved, die in front of him. You know, after the spine gave up, it was not much longer till you have to put them in the ground. Now, I know there's scrubs who've buried lovers, you know. But can you imagine that? Someone you love. And it weren't like 5, 10, 15, 20 years after they got married. It was a matter of a couple of years. They had their whole life ahead of them. And she's just gone. And when he told me that, I just remember, when he told me, I almost blanked it because I'm not even going to pretend to be able to understand that level of pain. I can't, unless you've been somewhere like that, you can't. So when he told me, I was just sort of like, oh, fucking hell, that's a bit rough, isn't it? And I didn't know what to do. And I spoke to him just the other day, and I sort of said to him, oh, you've been through so much, man, so much pain, so much trauma. I'm so proud of you. Because he's had a few problems, and he's just pulling himself out of them. But the fact that he'd come out with me and we'd go out and we'd have a few beers and have a laugh. And I was, you know, how do you put yourself back together after something like that? And I'll tell you this, I'll say this, and usually this isn't me. Usually I'm all about how to be strong, how to accept, how to have gratitude. I'm not sure I'd be able to put myself back together after something like that. You know, and you know, when my father died, you know, it fucked me up. It absolutely fucked me up. But that's a father. That's not your lover. That's not the start of your life partner relationship. And I don't mean to go around in circles, but yeah, just seeing my missus with a little cough and wanting to look after and protect her, and then thinking about that, it just, you know, that lad I'm talking about has shown incredible strength. Because he got on with his life. He retrained, he got work, and he's a fucking nice bloke as well. He's a really nice bloke. Mrs. Me in it says, with the help of Mousecat and introducing me to your stream, helped me through the death of my mum, made me smile again, and 4 other deaths gone through in the last year. That's a very nice thing to say, Mrs. Me in it. It's a pleasure to bring some laughter. That's what I try and do mostly, I think. I mean, I didn't plan for this stream to go that way, but I think it's important we talk about those things as well, because, you know, absolutely, Moslab, absolutely. Because, you know, I get emails from, like, look at the polls we done recently. Are you happy? And it was like 46% or something of the scrubs said, no, not really. And, you know, I forget that we're humans. And part of being a human is the struggles and pains of existence. You know, we might come in here a couple of hours a day and have a laugh and a joke about, and it does get serious sometimes. It's not just a laugh and a joke, but we are all people who have relationships in the world, and relationships that don't always go well, aren't always easy. Just the relationship itself can be a struggle, you know, can be difficult. So there you go. That, Planet X Hunter, is an incredible thing to say. I mean, that's your work. That's your work. I'm not taking any credit for that because you obviously put the mad effort in. But it's nice to know that I took your mind off it for a bit. You know, what a lovely thing to say. Right, let me get this damn grift out of the way at 40 minutes in. My grifting's got started getting rubbish. 40 minutes. All right, there. You can support this channel if you want. You can join the channel, link in the description. I think it's the top one. And then you get to join the private streams that happen next week. There's 3 strata, $1, $4, and $8 or something. But the more you go up, the less people are in them, so it's more intimate. Those streams are available for everyone to watch afterwards, though. But we all get on the screen. You can do a super chat, which is the $sign at the bottom of the chat over there, which should be handy. You can also do entropy. The link is in the description for entropy, but I'm now going to pin it to the top of the chat. I think, if I can work this out. Well, this ain't looking easy. This is looking well difficult. Come on, Danger, you can do this. Right, hang on. Hang on. Well, no, where are you going? Ah. How am I going to do this? It's, there you go. Slowly. Gotcha. Right. So the entropy link is now pinned to the top of the chat. We've got 110 people in here, including a couple in Twitch. If you're watching on Twitch, hello. Well, there is an 80 quid option where you get 45 minutes one-to-one. They're YouTube's prices. I mean, I wouldn't pay 80 quid for 45 minutes with myself. I'd pay 80 quid for 45 minutes without myself, though. So, you know. Strontium Dog says, when was Chris on Millennial first time? Oh, I think I've been on it 2 or 3 times. So maybe 2018, maybe 2018. Right, I've got a couple of funny things for you. A little change of scarf. You can have the tip I was going to give to. Well, that might have saved you. That might, you know, I don't know. I think I'm guessing that your missus is quite cool. I wasn't allowed to tip waitresses with one of my birds, 2 of them, 3 of them. Especially if they were hot, they'd get a bit more. If they were rough as donkeys, here's a quid. I'll leave it on the plate. If they were absolutely lovely, phone number on the tenner, fold it up. Yeah, love, thanks. Literally done that as well. When I was with a bird, that it was just a question of the right time. You know, when I could escape to go on holiday or something and get away from her so she didn't actually kill me. Not joking either. Real fear of them killing me if I left them. When I was at that stage, I did write my phone number down on a tenner and give it to a waitress as a tip. And she called me and we visited each other's casinos with the tips of our fingers. Nice one, Skin Scar. Have a lovely evening. It's much appreciated. Burger Van Man, are you new here? Or have you been lurking for a while? What do you think of rapping the Arc de Triomphe? What, like, what's his name? Who's the geezer, the artist who raps things up? I always think Sharko, but that's the psychotherapist. Christo, is it Christo? So are they wrapping it up as to protect it from it being enriched? Or are they wrapping it up because it's Christo? What's his name, the artist? Let's find his name. The artist who wraps up buildings. Christo, there you go, nailed it. See, all that education was a waste of time. So are they wrapping up Burger Van Man? Are they wrapping it up? Is Christo doing it? Or is it to protect from the lawyers and bankers that have turned up in the country. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there was a bit more work involved. Like when my missus went for the pisser, I called her over and I said, you see my beautiful girlfriend? She went, she is very beautiful. I said, yeah, but not as beautiful as you. I said, and don't worry. I said that there ain't a lot of fuel in the tank, so to speak. I said, so I'll be passing you something later. So I sort of, warmed her up a bit. Hello, Andy. It's always weird. I told you before, I knew an Andrew French. He fucking hated me. He absolutely hated me. And he walked like a gibbon as well. Thought he was well hard. He was quite hard in the very small town he lived in. I'll come down to the sunny, happy valley and start throwing your weight around. You'll be stuck upside down in a fucking drain. Right. It's Christo, is it? Christo is doing the Arc de Triomphe. So the question really is, what do I think of Christo? I quite like it. I think it starts conversations that need having. And that's a good thing. I think it starts talking about our environment. I think it starts talking about architecture. I think it starts talking about what we see. Because when they I'm guessing that Christo is wrapping up the Arc de Triomphe. I don't know anything about it. But let's assume that's what I've just been told. If they wrap up the Arc de Triomphe, when they unwrap it, people will see it again. People who drive around it every day and haven't seen it in 10 years, they'll see it afresh. That's one angle. I like that kind of work. For people who don't know, Christo has spent his career, let me see if I can get some pictures, wrapping up buildings. He also done a really nice bit of work called Valley Curtain. This all sounds a little bit sensual. And he put a massive curtain, seriously, about 500 yards long, in the middle of a valley. Let's see. Christo, artist, works. Now listen, scrubs, don't let yourselves down here. Don't just go, looks like a load of shit to me, because that lets you down. I've been so saddened in my life when working class people, my people, say the things they've been told to say the things that the elites want them to say, that keeps them in their place. We've been here before with I8 books. I8 books. So many working class people. My editor, because I write about I8 books, it's in my novel. My editor picked me up on that. He said, "Who are you talking about?" He said, "Everyone loves books." I went, No. I said, "You don't know that whole phase of people in their late teens. You say to them, 'Oh, I'm reading a wicked book at the moment.' They go, 'I8 books.' They want you to. They don't want you to learn anything." And it's the same with art. And the amount of times as a kid I heard people go, "Modern art, load of rubbish. Like a 5-year-old could do that." Well, that isn't a critique. So what if a 5-year-old could do that? Maybe that's the point. You can't on the one hand complain about the state of the education system, and then on the other hand do as they say. It just doesn't make sense to me. Not really, Grit. It's just I've been here before, and it's just disturbed me. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to like all of them, but let's have a look at some of Christo's work, and we'll take it from there. They're going to be a little bit small, but I'll make some of them a little bit bigger. How about that? That's that Valley Curtain. There you go. I mean, look at the size of it. That's a whole island, as you can see. Look at this, Jesus. Look, some kind of castle somewhere. I think that's incredible. Let's have a better look at that one, shall we? Well, Jess, you ask the question, what's the purpose of the curtain? The question you're really asking is, what's the purpose of art? you know. So I don't know what building this is. Anyone know? But look at that. He's absolutely covered the whole thing. And can you see the people down here, how small they are? So it's quite the building. And he's covered the whole thing up. Which will also mean it's probably black as hell inside. There'd be no light going in there. So Moody Edge says, I'm more impressed with the construction of the actual building. Well, okay, you like the construction of the building, but I don't think his art is saying you can't be in. I don't think he's in competition with the building. He might be, but maybe he's working with the building. Maybe he was impressed with the construction of the building and wanted you to see it in a different way. It's a fair point. I'm not, you can say whatever you want. That's the beauty of it. But I don't think it's a competition. I'm just engaging with you. I'm not calling you out. You didn't say anything wrong. Anglo-Saxon drops another Lady Godiva and says, you've built a lovely community, Chris. You're an inspiration. Hi. Art, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Well, I'll answer you. Well, excuse the burp. That'll be the brie. Thank you for the donation and the community. I didn't set out to build a community, Anglo-Saxon, so I can't take credit for it. It happened. So, I understand that I'm sort of the common denominator, but I can't take credit for it. And I don't think you're necessarily saying that either, so that's okay. But does art have to be about beauty? I know you're not stamping that down, but I don't know if it has to be about beauty. It could be about ugliness. It could be about anything, can't it? I don't know. These are the questions. All I would say, thank you, Anglo-Saxon, for the donation and your contribution. You've been very, very generous this week. All I would say when you get involved in talking about art is don't drag the past into it. Don't try and think of it not as art, but as just something else, something that maybe isn't corporate. Because if we don't have artists, if we don't have people making work that on the surface, look at this one, man, Jesus. That if we don't have artists making work, visual, audio, whatever, the visual history of our culture will be dominated by marketing and advertising. And that's what we will then give to our children. When they look in their books, they'll be looking at McDonald's adverts and Amazon marketing campaigns. When you've got artists working and who are thinking about these things, you've got some kind of response to that other, that corporate other, which I think is really important. I think it's really significant. I have more of a problem with the idea of masterpieces. I don't like that idea. I don't like the idea of a masterpiece. Like, I'm really into Van Gogh. I really like Van Gogh's work, but they're not masterpieces. They're just a bloke who done some paintings at the turn of the last century. The century before, about 1905, I think he was painting, 1900s, turn of that century. They're not what's a masterpiece? That's the best painting forever into the next 5,000 years. It doesn't make sense, but they're still very good. But Cheryl Peters drops a 10-bit. Sorry, I'm late. I tell you what, while you weren't here, everyone was going mad. Cheryl Peters. They were saying, "Where is Cheryl Peters? If she turns up now, 54 minutes in, without an apology, I think we should ban her." And Rags has got proper trigger happy with the band hammer lately, so you did well apologising. Hi, Cheryl Peters. I was visiting my friend Shelley at the brewery 2 doors down. A donate for the community of Dartford. Shelley at the brewery sounds like the name of a song, and it sounds like a song of a great night out. I was there with Shelley down at the brewery. She said, would you? I said, truly. She said, please don't tell my mother. I said, oh my God. Okay, thank you, Cheryl Peters. Now, who wants to take over the stream while I have willy water? Who's got a mic? You don't have to have a camera, but it would be better if you did. Who's going to take it over while I have a wee? Mr. MF said, changed my life completely for the better, and I'll never regret it. What was that? What did Mr. MF? I don't know. I'd like to know, though. Why not? Cheryl goes out with her mate Shirley. She comes home with her fingers smashed. Oh, come on. It's Friday night. There's no need for that. Chrome Dome Amiga says, can we sing off the wall stuff? Well, I'm assuming you're sitting in your own home. You can sing whatever you want, my friend. Loomies, well, look at Jess doing everyone right up. Loomy's well up for it. It was only 4 messages ago, Jess, that you said, oh, you want to do it, Loomy? Okay. Loomy, I'm going to put the, I'm going to, what? That's a strangely surreal comment. I'm in the woods. He's got a ghillie suit on. He's got a sniper's rifle. I'm in the woods. I will put the link in the chat. Don't get anyone else on, no, Loomy, because it might not be them, and then my channel gets fucked. Right, you ready? You're all right, Jess. That's not a problem. It's quite playful. Nothing wrong with being playful. So exactly, Pizzle. The Loomster's coming on. Here you go, Loomster. It's in the chat. Jess is just saying, our Pizzle's up for it. So-and-so's up for it. Just trying to get people on. You watch him shill his Substack. Yeah, you watch this. Okay, well, there you go. Hang on a minute. Why do I think 1905? Maybe that was the exhibition of his work. But then end of that century, it hardly matters, does it? Maybe that was the exhibition of his work. You're going to have to turn, that's it. Turn me off. You already do that.
Turn you off.
Right. You're going to turn off your audio. You already do that.
Turn you off.
Right. You're going to turn off your audio. Hello? Lumi? No, you've turned your mic off now, not your audio, not yours. Right. Yes. No, you've turned your mic off now, not your audio. No, I can't be doing all that. Fuck me, man. Right, I'm having a piss. I'll be back in a minute. Do you think you'll hear a bumper from this far? I don't know if I want to risk it. That would be awful, wouldn't it? Oh, can you hear it? It feels like a bloody jet power wash from here. Yeah, you had your chance, Squire. I'm well done now. You can just get the fuck out of there. Oh, I see. Look, they're always birthday boy himself. Right, listen, Lumi, put your Substack link into the Scrubs lifeboat and I'll shill it for you, son. Rags, I just clicked you in. Where'd you go? Good call, Rusky. Brilliant. I forgot all about young Pissoir Peter. Pissy Pete. Do you remember I actually scanned his QR code? For people who don't know, a mate of mine sent me this thing. He found like blue tack to a men's urinal in Soho, and it said it had like a barcode, like a QR code. So I scanned it, and it's a bloke called Pissy Pete. You hire him for parties, initiations, celebrations, and you just wee on him. That's it. Oi, put some fucking clothes on. Have you not got grammar?
No. Give me a second.
Okay, that lovely accent. In the meantime, hello, Cheryl. Shelley is the amazing bar wench. Had to go say hello. Oh God, that's tickled my tummy, Cheryl Peters. Can you say hello to Shelley, the amazing bar wench, from me? Okay, thank you, Cheryl Peters, for another donation. Were you here for that, Jess? Were you here for Pissy Pete? Literally, you hire him and then wee on him. I mean, he even puts a target on his bum with a hole at the bullseye. Yeah, you can piss on his casino. Imagine that. Oh, you didn't have to put a top on. I thought you were going to put a crammer on.
T-shirt. Bacon T-shirt.
Now, Rags, you're now old, aren't you? You're old now because of yesterday.
I was old 10 years ago.
Well, you're looking well, actually. Last time Charlie says you look like Penfold, and with old Dangerfield, we're doing all right, aren't we?
No, well, I know look like Penfold because I have to wear glasses all the time because of the diabetes. It's fucked my eyes.
Well, this is what you were telling me, because this has only come on, in the last couple of years, did you tell me? And it's just changed your life, completely changed your life.
8 months. I've lost all feeling in my feet. Pins and needles, numbness and stuff.
Right, so hang on a minute. So you were just living your life, right? Like 24-hour porn marathons, loads of booze. And then what happened? How did you start? What made you think there was something going wrong?
I kept on falling asleep during the day.
Like what? So like a narcolepsy, or you were just tired? You were just
tired all the time. And I went to the docs and he says, "We'll do a blood test." And he phoned me up a couple of days later and just, well, do you want the bad news or do you want the good news? And I went, no, just give me both. He says, you're now diabetic, but it's only type 2. So.
And okay, and what options are there? What types are there? 1,
there's
2,
medication.
3, 4, dead.
No, there's medication for type 2, and it's injection for type 1. Type 1's insulin dependent, so you have to inject yourself. Are you a fan of needles, or would that have been a problem for you? Jesus, I get poked all the time.
Poked? Steady on. Could you what, up the casino?
Up the rusty bullet hole.
Up the old rusty trombone. Rags just said he gets poked all the time. So you're not on the 4 times a day insulin shots. What?
No.
What medication is it? Tablets or what?
The tablets is metformin and I can't mind the name of the other one. But the only problem with them is it doesn't matter how little you eat, you just stick on a pile of weight. So I went from 11 stone way up to fucking 15 again, and I hadn't been 15 stone in a long time. So
how long did it take you to put on 4 stone?
About 3 months.
Anyone know what 4 stone is in kilos for the Yanks? Yeah, let me do a little conversion. Stones to kg, so that people know what we're talking about. So 4 stones is 25.5 kilo. Fuck me, in 4 months.
Here, Chris, the last time I was on with you, I looked like this here.
No, I didn't want to say anything actually, but when you come on, then I thought, yeah, you've put on a bit of weight there, Rags. Yeah.
What? I seem to sort of have some sort of Hitler thing going on here.
What's yeah, I've got that as well.
Deutschland, Deutschland, wir van Deutschland.
Stop. So, the medication works?
It did for a while, but they're talking about giving the injections now because the tablets literally run the stomach out of you. You know, you can't be 5 feet away from a toilet all 24 hours a day, literally.
Wow. And what other changes to your life has it made?
Not very much. I can still get up and do stuff, and I'm sort of back to normal now with the medication and things.
Okay.
But,
what would happen if you stopped taking the medication?
My BS, my blood sugars would go sky high, and my ketones would go sky high, and I end up in hospital.
And how do you get it? How is it a genetic thing? Is it too much of that stuff you're drinking? How do you get diabetes?
I think it's Jess knows a lot about it. Jess is diabetic. She's been very helpful.
Okay, that's interesting. Nice one, Jess.
There's a couple of other scrubs as diabetics, and they're very handy, giving you tips and stuff. And then I did so. But there's a lot of my friends that I didn't even know were diabetic. As soon as I was just diagnosed with diabetes, they go, "Oh, so you're in the club now? Oh, you can do this and you can do that and you can do that. You don't have to stop eating this, that, and the other. Just eat it in moderation." You know.
Because I remember someone bought me a box of chocolate once, and I've got such a sugar tooth, and I was like, "Oh, nice one, man." Had a couple of bifters, had one of these chocolates, and went, "What the fuck is this sugar-free chocolate or something?" He went, "Yeah." He went, "I got about 40 boxes for £5. It's for diabetics. No one wants it." And I went, "I can fucking see why." It tastes like shit. It tasted like it was almost savoury. You know, it was like the one I picked, as always. I'll always take the caramel first. Caramel, toffee, anything, you know, sugar and cream. Give it to me. And it was like eating. I don't know. Like, let me try and remember. Hang on. I don't know. It was like sort of. Bit sort of cheesy, sort of margarine. I don't know what it was.
It's like you can't eat white bread.
No dramas there. I ate the stuff.
I was never a big fan anyway, but the kids in the morning would love white bread dipped in egg.
Of course. Sorry to keep interrupting, Grace, but if you're having eggs and soldiers, that's white bread. I will eat it then. You can't be putting granary in an egg. It's like, no, I don't want to be chomping on nuts when I'm having my eggs and soldiers. So no, eggs
and soldiers are French fry bread, the kids called it, and they would either have it with sugar or they would have it with bacon. So you got a round of bread, 2 rashers of bacon. A round of bread, 2 rashers of bacon, another round of bread and 2 rashers of bacon on top.
What, like this? Tush, 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 tush.
Yeah. Oh. And the kids loved that. I loved it. But you can only do it with white bread because brown bread doesn't soak up the egg. You know,
no, it's horrible. No, and it doesn't soak up the bacon fat either. So it's just all running down your arms, and it's like, nah.
It's not great.
So what I'm thinking is, someone said you might go into a coma if you don't have your medication.
Diabetic coma.
And what about the boot? So you're not smoking, you're on the vape, are you? How long have you been on the vape?
I've been on the vape now 4 years. Good
lad. Great. They worked, didn't they? Mine worked. I could never give up smoking. I did here and there, but I'd always get back on it. But
the odd time somebody would offer me a cigarette and I'd take it, and it's like,
no, it's horrible, isn't it? It's fucking like death. Yeah. Because you forget. You think you've had a couple of drinks and you go, "Oh, go on, my batteries run out. Go on, give it here." And you think, actually, this is a nice excuse to have a snout. And you light it and you're like, nah.
You're coughing your arsehole up.
There's smoke coming out your casino. So All right, Rags. Well, look, lovely to see you. We're about to watch one of the things you sent me, but that MMA thing.
Well, by the way, was it Paca signed up for 7 months and you missed it?
I thought it said that he'd already been signed up for 7 months.
No, he just signed this evening because the green notification came up.
Sorry, Packer. I don't see these things in StreamYards. That's what it is. For some reason,
I keep on tagging you and then keep on trying to send you the message of who's just joined and stuff. But you're on StreamYards, so you can't see it.
If I'm gibbering, I tend not to look at the chat because then I can't. I lose track of my fucking stories anyway. So you know, if I'm looking at the chat, so apologies to anyone who does something and joins and I don't recognize it, but let Rags know and he'll probably let me know after a stream or something, and then I'll say thank you to you afterwards, because it does mean a lot to me when people financially support the channel. People work hard for their money and I don't want those things to go unnoticed. So nice one, Rags. Thanks for that. And I hope you had a nice day yesterday. Nice to see you again.
Oh, hey, no, I have thank you and all the scrubs for yesterday, because that was absolutely brilliant. I spoke to one person all day yesterday, my sister, and the only interaction I had with people, actually other human beings, was on the stream.
No, I'm much the same. You know, I streamed this morning and then I worked all day. Then I had fucking dramas with this video, which was more work. And then I just thought, well, if I was so tired, I thought I can't be asked to stream now. But then I thought, well, I'm just going to sit here on my own. I don't watch telly. I don't want to watch a movie tonight. You know, it's 2:30 in the morning here now, but lovely. It's lovely talking to the scrubs. Great stuff. All right, Rags. Lovely one, man. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Hello, man. Rags. How lovely is Rags? If I got diabetes, which I probably will because I live on cakes. I don't really. I do eat a lot of cakes, but I don't live on them. I do eat a lot of... It's a lot of fruit, but fruit's got a lot of sugar in it, hasn't it? It's quite a thing. But who knows? But, you know, it's much like talking to that when I was talking about my bloke whose wife died. You know, humans are amazingly, really. I didn't know it was from Ulster, but it's a very nice accent, isn't it? It's very nice accent. Envious. Yes, Moslab, he certainly is. But you have to sort of put up with things in life. It's a struggle. But again, this is why I want children, because I don't want to be working, and I don't want to just have all the shitty things that happen when you get into your 60s and that, and for nothing. What's the point? You know, if I haven't got kids by the time I'm 60, well, what's the point? I might as well just go, fuck it. Just go and be homeless or something for the crack. Not that crack, for the laugh, I meant. You know, what's the point of working hard if you're just saving money? I don't buy things. Yeah, I don't know. There you go. Something to think about. Anyway, Rags is an absolute ledge. Should we put a Rags in the chat for Rags? There you go. Oh, I put Rags / which is good, because you don't want to be weeing out your casino, do you? No, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that, RMF. I despise the way they're trying to get rid of them all, and they really are. You don't see them on the telly much. You know, news anchors have got that sort of, you know, that middle class, no region. Why don't we have really nice regional accents on the telly? Why is there no Londoners on the telly? Why is there no estuary English people come on and go, all right, this is what's happened today in England, rather than someone come on and go, and this is what's happened today in England? It's like, well, for a start, you've made up an accent, so thanks for your already fake news. Steady on, Moslab, steady on. I can't believe you just told me to go homeless. Oh, no, you're telling me to impregnate. She wants to go on holiday first. I just thought you were telling me to kill myself. I was thinking, steady on, Moslab. The artist and the thief weren't that bad. You don't need to apologize about the cap, son, because you know it's not a regular thing you do. Fruit contains fructose, which is only processed in the liver. Unfortunately, it contains sucrose. Yeah, I eat too much fruit, I think. Like today, I had about 5 big jackfruits, a banana, a papaya, and the papayas out here are about that big. A few jackfruits, not a few jackfruits, because jackfruit's that big, but a few bits of jackfruit, a banana, half a papaya, and an avocado. What's it called? Yellow, big seed in the middle. Yeah, well, that's good. I can't remember basic fruit that I eat every day. Yeah, no, sorry, mate. I'm sure I'm trying. Jess's insulin is screaming. Adele Walker says that my friend thinks that if she just eats fruit, she'll transcend into another dimension. We're not friends anymore. Yeah. I mean, if that was true, I've been to 20 and back, because I can assure you, my friends in England used to call me a fruitarian. Mango! Nice one. Nice. Right, let's have a look at some videos. I've got a couple racked up here. We had a look at Christo. What have I got for you? Well, I don't know why that page is open. Anglo-Saxon, you absolute bastard. You've been smashing it out of the park lately. That's right. I said it this morning, didn't I? Moslab, I don't think you're here. George DiMaggio, baseball player. And who was the other one? I said Babe Ruth. You've been smashing out of the park lately. You always put a smile on my boat. Hoit. Nice one, Anglo. Well, in fairness, you've been smashing it back into the park with your donations. So bloody lovely. Bloody lovely. You know, and it's lovely. But again, I can only work with the material I'm given. And when the scrubs are on fire, I tend to be on fire. So I can't take all of the praise, but I'll take a good 97% of it. Right, I don't know why that screen is open. It might be for this one. I suppose we'll give it a go. This is a punt, people, because the screen was open, but I can only guess it's this. I haven't seen this. I think I have. I don't know what's going on. All right. Hi. Lovely to see you. No, it's a well-organized situation. Let's see what happens here. I mean, it can't go too wrong because it's your friend of mine, Bo Jordan.
1.2 billion. So you go ahead and you stack spaghetti sauce at a store and in a supermarket. You control the guy or the woman who brings out the carts on a forklift. What happens? They make you management. You can't get paid overtime. And you see it happening with labor as well. So the bottom line is I'm for you because America needs you to grow.
Anyone wish to translate? Anyone want to translate that? Something about spaghetti? JC's on the firm. What the frick? I know. I feel for you, Moslab. I absolutely feel for you. I take the piss, but what the frick? I was talking to a mate earlier. I can't believe how much damage they've done to that country in such a short space of time. Everywhere he goes, they get that. Paul, everywhere he goes. Where's these 80,000? Maybe they're all dead. Oh, whoops. Sorry. No, what I meant was they were a bit tired. Yeah. Right. So there you go. That was probably what that one was open for. Now we're going back in time, 8 years. Now what I want you to, this is very short. It's about the action happens at the beginning. But what I want you to focus on is what would we call it? Is the aim of the protagonist of this short video. The aim, okay? We're going back to our friend W. Remember when W was president? When Reagan was president? I put a video about Reagan on my Telegram today. Link to my Telegram in the description of this video. Fuck me. And I was watching loads of Reagan's funny quotes. He was hilarious. there's a classic one that most Americans will know where they say to him, have you ever made any mistakes? And he said, yeah, I used to be a Democrat. In many ways, Trump was Reagan 2.0, wasn't he? Right, so get ready for this. Hang on, let me just check my entropy. We're good. Right, check it. So good old W. I didn't like him, to be honest with you. Not interested. He was pure elitist. Check it out, people. There you go. Let's have a look. In the first 6 seconds, some Iraqi bloke shouts out something and throws his shoes, almost getting W in the boat. Let's watch it in slow motion. Let's watch it in quarter speed. I mean, the geezer, they're so... Good call, Strontium Dog. They're such good shots. I mean, if W did... And I don't want to, but I have to give praise to W. He did duck and cover very well. Very well. So let's watch. I mean, the shots are on target, without a doubt. Here we go. Wow. Number 2. Oh, did you notice that his mate intercepted? The man on his right intercepts the second shot. I think we can speed it up a little bit because everyone in the chat had a flashback then when it was going. Oh, without that, Rags, the first one was a headshot, but the second one, Yitzhak Rabin or whatever his name is there, he fucking, yeah, it went shoe time. Before bullet time, there was shoe time. But check out his mate. Hello, Tito. Check out his mate. Get his hand in the way of shot number 2. Here we go. Whoa! Great save. Great save. They should get him in goal, that fella. Oh, Lord. Right, another video. Where are we? 1.5 hours. It's nearly 3 a.m. here, but we're doing all right. Right, this is brilliant. You're going to enjoy this. I'm not going to play all of it because it goes on a bit. But this is Salty Cracker. If you're not subscribed to Salty Cracker, you are missing out. And then go and follow him on Odyssey, because on Odyssey he lets rip. But we'll watch a little bit of it because it's frustrating but hilarious. Joe, you undead cookie monster. As an American, that was great to see. Yeah, I did. There was a bit of me thinking, am I siding with the Iraqi against the Americans? And I thought, no, I'm not. I'm siding with a rando against W. So I'm gonna play the clip. Thank you for the donation. Mucho appreciatato. Let's check out this one. I could just play this whole section because Salty Cracker is brilliant. But it's not actually him I want you to see. It's the point he's making here because it's absolute steady. It's twas brillig. Ready? Here we go. You're going to laugh at this. I guarantee. Hang on. Oh, why is my phone ringing? Yeah, hang on a minute. I've got to check that. It's not ringing. It's a message. Okay, I'm all right. Fuck me. It was a response to that bit of work I'd done earlier from the bloke who I had to do it with. And I thought he was going to say, you've got to do that again. And I was just about to cry. But luckily I didn't. John Smith, take my money. If you look anything like your avatar, John, you can have mine. Pizzle, yeah, his name is Salty Cracker. John Smith, thank you very much for that donation. Mucionano Preciatiato. Right, get ready to have a little laugh, people. Have a little laugh. You know, a little bit of a giraffe, all right? A little bit of a tinkle. Ready? Here we go.
Hi, I'm Tara Subramaniam with CNN's fact-check team. Right-wing commentator...
Hang on a minute. Can we just enjoy those words in the same sentence? CNN's fact-check team. Hang on, you've lost 80% of your viewers. Marzipan's computer shit the bed when she said that. John Smith is just cracking up. I don't know whether it was at my joke or CNN's fact-check team. What is that like? I'm trying to think of something similar. This is like my my murderer's harm reduction lessons. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Tara Subramaniam with CNN's fact-check team. Right-wing commentators and politicians are spreading misinformation about refugees from...
Hang on a minute. Did she say... Hang on, let me just hear what she said. Sorry.
Right-wing commentators and politicians...
Ted Cruz getting lumped in there. Amazing. Tucker Carlson. What she basically means is other news programs that are absolutely kicking the shit out of CNN's ratings. Don't worry, I won't keep interrupting it. I'll let it play now.
Are spreading misinformation about refugees from Afghanistan.
They're flooding us with individuals from Afghanistan who have not been vetted, they have no idea if they pose a security threat.
Not true. The U.S. government is requiring a background check for all Afghan...
Not true. Not true. Are you joking? These people haven't got any paperwork. How do you vet them? Well, have you got any paperwork? No. What's your name? Mohammed Kohahoha. Okay. Have you ever done anything wrong? No. Are you a murderer or a terrorist? No. Have you fucked any children? No. Come in. Not true. How the hell does she know? Just like these utopia again, people. Look, I'm sorry. Listen to the word I've been using. Utopianist thinkers. This is utopianist thinking. Oh no, they're not letting anyone in. Oh no, they're fact check. They're getting. They know who they are. They haven't got any papers. No, they just guess that they're all right. Oh, they know who they are. That's utopianist thinking. That's just they'll be all right. They're just like you and me. These people have been at war for their whole life and the last 200 years. They're just like you and me. They don't hate your country or anything. It's fine. Shocking.
Not true. The U.S. government is requiring a background check for all Afghans permitted into the U.S.
12 seconds later.
Afghan refugees staying at Fort McCoy are facing federal charges. The Justice Department says 20-year-old Barula Nouri is charged with 3 counts of engaging in a sex act with a minor.
Right, you do realise what he just said? That was while he was that's while he was on a military base. He was on a military base and he fucked 3 kids. What? Nice background check. Did they? It's just absurd. Just absurd. Anyway, yeah, I'll give you the full screen. I'll let Salty Cracker do the voiceover because he's better. Here we go.
Barula Nouri is charged with 3 counts of engaging in a sex act with a minor. In a separate case, 32-year-old Mohammed Haroon Imad is accused of assaulting his spouse by strangling and suffocating her.
Bottom line, Afghans coming here are being rigorously vetted.
Stupid Trump tards out there. Hey, you idiots. You ever get tired of being wrong? Run around with your medical misinformation and your geopolitical misinformation? You stupid pricks. Now, for the last couple of weeks, as Joe Biden totally fixed Afghanistan, we've got a bunch of people who are like, okay, we're going to be engineers and doctors in America now that we've engineered and doctored the hell out of Afghanistan. And all of these racist, Trump-supporting Republicans told everybody, you gonna let a bunch of terrorisms in here? Oh my God, you're going to let all these, you didn't check these? They were clearly vetted. They were clearly checked. This is the most esteemed administration of all time. Totally the most legitimate, totally the most popular. Of course they're vetting everybody. I mean, look, guys, CNN's telling you, facts first, facts first. Fact check. Afghans coming to the U.S. are not unvetted refugees. See, rest assured, all of you dumb asshole rednecks, you beta clingers with your bibbles in swing states that are about to get a healthy amount of diversity and inclusion, Haitians and Afghans, put into your community, you can rest assured that they're all going to be upright citizens, friends. Don't listen to these racist Trump supporters. Again, Jen Psaki and Kamala Heels Up Harris vetted to them themselves. Oh, wait, what's this? 2 Afghans brought to the U.S. charged with child sex crimes and strangling wife while living on Wisconsin military. They didn't even leave the base. They didn't even have a chance to get off the military base. And they
I can't just keep playing someone else's content. A bit later, he gets really angry and he said they done it on the airplane. He said they fucked these kids on the airplane. And John Smith has joined. Nice one, John. Hey, great stuff. It's just bizarre, isn't it? How do you vet people who have there's no background? There's no background to check. What do? Do they come in? Right. Have you got your Afghanistan identity card? We can just check. Have not got. Not have. Lost that war. I suppose you'll be all right. Have you got a nice smile? Can you smile? And he goes, come in. It's just absurd. Absolutely absurd. Yeah, I reckon he probably would. I'll see if I can do that. Good idea, actually, RMF. He's a very busy man, though. He does this full time, and he puts out so much content. Good Lord, meditate to dial tone. I don't know why that tickled me. It's only gone and dropped 699 Canadian cents on me. And he says, hey, Dangerfield, I hope your Friday is treating you well. Well, I'm going to tell you the truth. It wasn't. This morning's stream was going well, and then it started going, Now, have you noticed, people? No problems tonight. I think it's a timing thing. I think that no one else in Cambodia is using the internet at 3 a.m., right? So they're like, go on, let him have his fucking 3 hours of bandwidth, which is probably the same usage as one Cambodian household of 10 people for a whole year. But they're like, go on, it's only him. But when I do it at a more busy time, no, that's when it's like, gone. Nice one, though, meditate the dial tone. It's mucho apreciado. And you know what? Sorry, this isn't to you. I'll take it off the screen, but mucho apreciado. It's not, for me, it's not even about the background check. I mean, what are the... just what? How is this happening? Did you see Son of Jump? He tweeted, "Finish the wall." Oh no, he's fantastic. He's great stuff. I'll hit him up. I'll see if I can get him on. I mean, you got to remember these big hitters like Salty Cracker. They've got nothing to gain from coming on a channel like mine, but some of them do it because they're nice. Well, you say that, but you don't know what they've done to your food. So there you go. I have worked in kitchens and I have seen what people do to people's food, and there you go. Right. I'm not going to play too much of this, but because he's a little bit grating, but it's rather frightening. Check it. Don't go because what he covers is actually worth watching.
An island of Australia is now keeping its inmates in check by having thought police pay home visits to people who they suspect might be planning to attend a protest. Yes,
you heard that right. In Prison Island, Australia is now sending the special police round to people's houses who they think might protest. Haven't broken any laws, haven't said anything on the internet they shouldn't have done, haven't done anything. They've done nothing. This is, what's it called? What's the film with Tom Cruise and the weird, sketchy, ugly women things in the water? I think Philip K. Dick wrote it. What's it called? Bollocks. Brrr. Billy Blogs, it is 7 minutes to 3 in the morning. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm working hard. You can help the grift on the back of that if you want. Anglo-Saxon, absolutely on fire just lately, young man. Much appreciato. Hoi. Well, thank you, Anglo-Saxon. I must admit, the streams have been freaking brilliant. I needed that break. And what I've learned is I will have breaks. You know, when my missus comes to see me, I'll do 1 stream a day rather than 2. And then a few months down the line, I'll say, people, I'm going to take 3 weeks off. You know, you just learn from your mistakes and manage things. So, yeah, thank you, Anglo-Saxon. And yet again, for another generous donation. So, yeah, prison country Australia is now sending the gathers round simply because, hello, Ted. Minority Report, there you go. You were so good at LSDJ, but films, no. Minority Report, that's it. Yeah, if they think you're going to attend a rally, oh, and he's got proof as well. Should we see it? Let's have a look.
Who they suspect might be planning to attend a protest. Attend a protest? Oh my God, the absolute horror.
Okay, what we're here for is obviously just in relation to the recent protests that are popping up and whatnot, and actually just here to do welfare checks and whatnot. You're planning on going in?
I didn't know there's anything planned.
No?
No.
Any planned protests that you may know of?
Not as far as I know. It's a complete surprise when the cops here. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah, no, just a friendly chat, that's all.
Just a friendly chat, because it's perfectly normal in a free country to have 3 cops show up on your doorstep because they think you might be thinking about criticising the government. Totally not like North Korea or anything.
So are you aware of any planned protests or events
No.
that are coming up, Jess?
Nope.
No? Okay. Are you aware of any communication circling around?
Yeah, you get the idea. We don't need to watch any more of that. Again, it's someone else's content, but fuck me. I mean, the thing, I thought, well, BLM, you know, they can protest as much as they like. No, so yeah, go on, get out there, burn it. Mostly peaceful explosions today. But, oh, no, they're in prison camp Australia now. They're going to knock on your door because you wrote a Facebook post 20 years ago where you dared to say, I don't know if I trust the government. Yep, he's on the list. Go and see him. Imagine. I don't know if I'd be able to keep my cool. Knock. Police. Yeah, what? Yeah, Mr. Dangerfield, do you know of any rallies, protests going on soon? Maybe. Only the ones I've read about. Oh, you've read about them, have you? On what websites were they? I'm slowly ticking all their boxes. Next thing you know, I'm being handcuffed and taken to a fucking re-education camp. That's the next thing. That's the next step. Because if they're already getting away with sending coppers around your house for doing fuck all, the next step is if you say, well, I might protest if I think things are getting out of hand. Well, we've actually changed the law and you need re-educating. It's all right, no problem. If you don't go, you will lose your welfare checks. Did you hear him mention his welfare checks? You know, if you don't go, so it's only twice a week. So, you know, don't worry about looking after your kids or anything. But no, go along, sit down and be re-educated. And you know, I know it's a cliche, but this geezer, they've just knocked on his door. He ain't very far away from laying down on a bed, having fucking, what's his name, pull his tooth out going, what is 2 + 2? Just absurd. Hayden. If the police ever try and have a friendly chat, no, this is perfect advice. Say nothing to the police. Really, nothing. If you have to say no comment, say that. You do not talk to the police without legal representation. Never. I mean that. And so good call, Hayden, because their job isn't to protect you. We all know that. That finished years ago. Their job is to protect the government. That's you know, we've talked about this before. The Marxist, oh God, watch out, he's going all left again. The Marxist Louis Althusser talked about 2 kinds of enforcements. ideological state apparatus, education, media, propaganda essentially, and repressive state apparatus, police, military. And so now you've got it coming at you always. You've got the media, the propaganda wing, and this will become repressive. This will become re-education. I will say within 2 years, they will be starting in countries of people of European descent. They will start to say that you need re-education. You have been radicalized. What? Hang on, no, I've just been working hard. No. Yeah, you're not doing what you're told enough. We have a sheet here, and you have shown resistance. You have shown dissident behavior, and you need to come to the re-education camps and get electric shocks on your nipples and your Spanish uncle. Shocking. Literally and absolutely shocking. How scary is that? How scary is that? I mean, I'm absolutely terrified by that. Glenn, did I get it? Did I get it? Why am I missing them? Oh, there you go. Johnny boy. Have another diver. Have a Phil Saliva. Have a Lady Godiva. Have a drink on me. Peace and love to you and yours. Hoyt and peace and love to you and yours. Is that one in your avatar, one of yours? Y'all have a drink on her. I'll have a drink on her casino. Are you thinking of going to any riots or protests lately, John? Don't answer that. I advise you to not answer that, because they'll find it. They'll find it. Thank you, John, and I appreciate it was whoever told me to check it out, because I did miss it because I was too busy gabbing. Yeah, that is great advice, though, people. You don't have to. You're not obliged to talk to the police, and their job is to protect the government. It's not to protect you. It's not to help you. And they will use anything you say against you. So you might say, if they say, have you heard of any protests? You might say, well, there was the one last weekend, wasn't there? You know, you're just trying to, because don't think when the old bill knock at your door, you're going to be as calm as you are now. You won't. They wear uniforms for a reason. It's all part of the semiotics of the situation. That's why there's 3 of them. That's why it's not just some bird in a fucking suit. It's 3 coppers with paperwork and pens and a lawyer or some shit. And then so you might go, well, I know there was one a couple of weeks ago down in Melbourne. I know there was some trouble in Sydney, right? And you're just being like, you're answering their question. There was those 2. I heard something kicked off in Perth. Now, if this was to escalate, when you're in court, those coppers will then, the lawyer, the prosecution will then say, so-and-so, Chris Dangerfield had quite a thorough knowledge of the previous riots and violent events that were going on when questioned. Now, your lawyer might go, objection, Your Honour, but that's been said. That jury or that judge has heard that the police, who is on the same side as the Marxist lawyer, has heard that you seem to have a good understanding of violent rallies, because you were just trying to fucking calm the situation down and just be innocent. Go, well, I heard that happened and I saw that on the news. No, that suddenly becomes you had information. You had a good grasp of violent activities. Yeah, don't say a freaking word to them. Nothing. Get a lawyer's number in your wallet or in your phone. Always. I've got one. I've got my man in England. I'm not going to tell you his name because he might get in trouble. But if ever I'm in trouble, speed dial. Yeah, it's me. This is what's happening. And these days, then you can just WhatsApp it and you've got your lawyer there with you. So then you can, when they say things, he says, say nothing. My client has got nothing to say. Thankfully, I can't see Cambodia having an extradition treaty with anyone. So, you, Boris. It's a good call, though, Hayden. That was a great comment. And thanks for the donation. Yep, there you go, Paul. That's your answer. Can I say that though? That might go. I'm not sure if I can say that though. Rags has dropped another lady. In the words of AC/DC, have a drink on me. Hoit, scrub and scrub it. Nice one, Rags. Very kind of you, Rags. Is it the moderator's tipping me? That's all right. Moslab said the police don't even talk to the police without the union reps with them. Never speak to law enforcement without a lawyer. Spot on. Absolutely. Absolutely. Lomax, it's a long old story. We've got Spanish auntie as well. Yeah, I can't do it again. That stream was very, how should we say, in the Australian Antipodean vernacular, spunky. And, you know, there you go. Good Lord. So there you go. There's Rags. Right, I think we've got another video, actually. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Really? Was it a duty solicitor? I've had a duty solicitor do not in a court of law, but he defended me once. Not defended me because it didn't go to court. He was representing me in a police interview, and then he was representing the police in the police interview about 2 weeks later. And when he was representing me, he said, look, just tell me, are you a drug addict? I was like, yeah, of course. What do you think I was doing hanging around the back of water, some cold, with a needle in my hand? He went, okay, I just need to know. 2 weeks later, Mr. Dangerfield, are you a drug addict? And I'm looking at him thinking, no, I'm not. How dare you? How dare you suggest such a awful thing to say? Stompax has only gone and dropped 20 plun. Don't Talk to the Police on YouTube by James Duan. Yes, who I think is an ex-copper, isn't he? Or he's a lawyer. One of the two. Good call, Stompax. I'll leave that on the screen. Actually, we'll get it up now. Go on, get it up, you dirty bastards. Because even the opening 2 minutes, he absolutely nails it. Okay, that's it. I found the one. Brilliant. Good call, Stompax. Much appreciato for the donatiato. We'll get that off the screen. Bosh, bosh. Yeah, he really did. But Anglo, tell me how, did you actually have a proper lawyer in court? I mean, mine was a duty solicitor in a police station. So it's, you know, it's a lot scaled down. But it sounds to me like your one was an actual prosecution case. Yeah, they are absolute scum. Except for the Afghanistan ones who are coming through the border in the millions, and they're going to be just wonderful. Except for the ones who fuck the kids. Okay, where's this one gone? Let's go here. Let's go here. This is the one. This is the classic one. So before I play it, I'll just give you a little bit of a background. Shush. So the video is called "Don't Talk to the Police." I'll put the link in so you can watch it because it's nearly 50 minutes. Regent law professor James Duan gives viewers startling reasons why they should always exercise their Fifth Amendment rights, which we don't have in England, but you do have a right to silence, right? You cannot say anything. And they say, oh, if you do remain silent, that can be used, well, that will be used against you. But yeah, don't let that make you go, oh, all right, then in that case, they will fuck you up. So let's listen to a bit of James, because this is class. It's a YouTube classic. But if you haven't seen it, we can't watch it all, but we'll watch a couple of minutes because he kind of nails it in the first couple of minutes. Here we go. Oh, you mother. It was nearly the perfect stream. Oh, you're a perfect cunt, my darling. A perfect cunt. Yeah, sorry, I can't explain that. Here we go.
Typical law school classroom experience here today, and I thought I would take advantage of this opportunity to do something that's been on my mind for a while. To stand up and to proudly say, God bless America, God bless the Bill of Rights, and thank God for the Fifth Amendment. I'm not ashamed to say I'm proud of the Fifth Amendment, and I'm proud to admit on camera and on the internet that I will never talk to any police officer under any circumstances, with all due respect, sir. I'm doing something really extraordinary here today, something you'll almost never see another law professor do as long as you live. I'm really putting myself on the spot here. This was my idea. By my invitation, I have given up half of my time, approximately. I'm giving equal time and the last word to an expert who really knows something about what I'll be talking about. So I'm opening myself up to the possibility that he will contradict me. I was a criminal defense attorney when I was in private.
What I will tell you is the copper that comes on afterwards agrees with him. Now, we're not going to get that far, but the copper that comes on afterwards agrees with him. That's the kicker. That's why I'll give you the link. JC is on it. Is this the same one, JC, or do I still need to put this link up? I don't know whether that's the same one or not.
Practice. So I want to make sure, in fairness to you, if I'm misleading you or giving you a slanted or one-sided presentation, you'll be able to get the last word from somebody else. I'm sure he'll have a lot to teach all of us, including myself. The Fifth Amendment to the United States Constitution provides, no person shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself. And this unfortunate amendment has gotten a bad rap in recent times, much of it tragically and unnecessarily through, as you may have heard, the headlines. Let me read you something that was taken out of the newspaper this morning, and I want you to listen to it closely. And I'm giving you a heads up. I'm warning you in advance, which is not fair to you. Not fair to me, but I'm giving you a warning that I'll be quizzing you on this in just a few minutes. This will test your aptitude for legal study and legal practice. Listen closely. It won't take long. Last night, agents of the Norfolk Police Department found 3 victims of an apparent murder dead in an apartment in the East Ocean View area. The apparent victims of a gangland-style slaying, and possibly the victims of gang-related violence. The police are investigating this as a possible murder and suicide, but right now suspect that the 3 were all killed by the same individual. No suspects have yet been identified in the slaying, but veteran police detective George Brook has confirmed that police are following up on evidence pointing to the possible involvement of an off-duty naval officer as the perpetrator. The bodies, which were found by the apartment manager at about 8 o'clock in the morning, appear to have been slain sometime earlier in the same evening, probably sometime between midnight and 2 o'clock in the morning. That's it. Those are all the facts I'll ask you to remember, and it won't be for very long either. Let's see how well you do. I'll be quizzing you in just a few minutes. Now, here's the easiest question you'll ever get from a client in all the days of your life. Question, hey, the police are here. They want to talk to me. What should I do? Well, I could give you my answer to that question in case you haven't already guessed it, but why don't we go to a real expert? Justice Robert Jackson, a prosecutor's prosecutor. Like me, he began his private practice in Buffalo, New York, years before I did. And after that, he served as general counsel for the Bureau of Internal Revenue, the U.S. Department of Treasury, the Security and Exchange Commission, assistant U.S. Attorney General for the Tax Division, later the Solicitor General and the Attorney General of the United States, and then the chief U.S. prosecutor for the Nuremberg trials. That's an impressive resume. Years later, when he was a justice on the Supreme Court, Justice Jackson stated, quote, any lawyer worth his salt, today we would say his or her, will tell the suspect, his client, in no uncertain terms to make no statement to the police under any circumstances. There's the title of my talk. I'm here to explain
excuse me, that doesn't fuck about either. You saw that geezer's resume. He worked his way all the way up, attorney general here, district judge here, blah, blah. Then he done the Nuremberg trials, and he said, that is the advice. Any lawyer worth their salt will give their client. Do not talk to the police or give a statement under any circumstances. And that is what the rest of his talk is about. I'll put the link in the chat just in case you missed Rags's, JC's, sorry. It's really worth watching because he really nails it home. And when he gets the copper on afterwards, the copper says, no, you're right. Don't talk to the police. It's mind-blowing. So that's just gone in the chat. But Brian Ravenscroft drops a 10-bit. I can barely talk now. How long have I been going for? Oh, not as much as it feels like. I mean, it's nearly 3:30 in the morning here, but it is Friday, and I'll be working on my novel all day tomorrow, and I haven't got an headache. Fucking yes. Don't talk to the police. Hello. Brian says, I was watching Blake 7. I watched them all a few months ago. Excellent. Avon is one of the best characters of British television ever invented. I was watching Blake, not so much. I was watching Blake 7 on Forces TV. Hey, Scrubs Forces TV, I assume, which you're watching now. I don't remember doing a Blake 7 episode. Nonetheless, you paid your money. You'll get your statement out in one go in a minute. I was watching Blake 7 on Forces TV. It was good to see a BBC programme without Homo erectus or any other infringement. Homo erectus. Thank you, Brian. Yeah, it was a great show. Great show. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, we with Brian. I don't know if you were here the other day, but I did kind of put the boot into the youngsters in the chat when I said we really had it off. People sort of 40 and up had an amazing time growing up. The UK was a fucking brilliant place in the 70s and 80s. It just was. We had problems. We had the Yorkshire Ripper, you know. We had Crossroads on telly. But it was, you just used to hang around and walk around the streets and go in your neighbours' houses, and, you know, and women wore lace gloves and had red fingernails. And I've just come. It was great. Brian, thank you for that 10-bit and your channel threatening comment. Thank you. RMF says, Dangerfield, I literally had the police at my door yesterday because the crazy bitch upstairs was going off. I had to let them into the building, and there's kids up there, so I'm talking. Well, that can get you in trouble, though. That really can. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have had some kind of intervention, but you do you have to talk to them? I don't know, because they're looking for a suspect. They want to get a statistic, and suddenly you're involved, you know. And what if she had upstairs and said, it's because of that cunt downstairs. He keeps coming up here. He keeps coming up here and pouring petrol under the door. Look, all that petrol. Turns out you're a car mechanic. Turns out your clothes have got petrol on them. Next thing you know, you're looking at a 5-stretch at Her Majesty's pleasure. I don't know, you know, different situations, whatever. But nah. And the thing that does me about the coppers, and look, I've had so many run-ins with the police because I had so long as a street junkie. And the thing that does me is they're like, listen to this, right? If you've ever been a street junkie, and unfortunately there's probably more of those here than you'd like to think, when they bust you, right, they're trying to arrest you. They're trying to nick you with a lump of heroin in your pocket to throw you in prison for 6 months and ruin your life a bit more, right? And rattling in prison is probably the worst thing that can ever happen to anyone, right? But they talk to you like they're your best mate while they're doing it. Right, I'm just going to search you. I've got a warrant here. Reasonable suspicion. In England, it's reasonable suspicion. Do you know what that means? They're going to do it. That's it. Because if they're suspicious that you're a junkie, because they just want to be, that's it. Reasonable suspicion. They're going in your pockets, right? And they're literally like, "You been out this weekend?" Oh, what the fuck? What? Yeah. What's this here then? It's a flyer. Oh, I see. You like DJs, do you? No, I just picked it up from a mate. Oh, what? Where do you go out then? What sort of places do you like going to? Are we having a fucking conversation here, or are you trying to throw me in prison? Or is it the absolutely shocking reality that is fucking both? You're literally trying to throw me in the clink and be my mate. Are you mental? Have you got things wrong with you? Is your wife's legs sealed together about 10 years ago and you're taking it out on me, you weirdo? Anyway, mate, how are you? Empty your pockets. What? It's absurd. Absolutely absurd. There you go, Paul. That's exactly it. Well, you know what, Stompaks? In a way, you'd kind of prefer that. You know, at least you know what you're dealing with. These hideous fuckers in England, they literally just start talking to you. Yeah, are you trying to pull me? What, you want to go out for the night with me? You know what? You probably could get one of those lonely fuckers to go out, because who likes a copper? Oh, listen to this brilliant story. So me and a mate, who when I was living at my mum's house, we used to grow jazz tobacco. Right, this is going back a long while, right? And we used to serve a couple of coppers. Right, we'd actually sell weed to a couple of coppers. Well, he did really. They were his customers. I wasn't too happy about that one. Anyway, so I'm round sitting in. He lived opposite my mother, so we're sitting in there, absolutely mullered. We've been ripping B loads since breakfast. Big, you know when you're like 20 and you're doing massive cones. My mate made a cone so big once, he put one of those mouth whizzers in it. You know, those things that go zzz when you blow them. And he put that, it was that big, and he put that in the roach. And you were only allowed to have a go on that bifter if you got it to make the noise. So you'd go, then it goes. Anyway, right? So we're there. We've got about, I don't know, half a kilo of premium skunk. And then next to that, we've got half a kilo of middle grade Durban poison pressed commercial, right? Jank, basically. Absolute jank. The half a kilo of gardening, proper gardening at the time, I don't know, what did that cost us? I can't remember, but the mid-grade commercial Durban poison was about 1/10 of the price, right? Anyway, a proper copper car pulls up, not an unmarked one, an actual old Bill car pulls up. And he looks out the window, he goes, oh, the old Bill here. And I went, what? You're fucking Jay? He goes, no. He goes, that, you know, my punters. I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to be here. He went, well, you can't run out the back door now. We get the skunk, put it under the sofa. The door's open because we're letting the wind through so that the house isn't full of smoke. Just as that's gone under the sofa, these two coppers just walk in. And they go, the one at the front, they were only like 24, 25 or something. The one at the front went, the police were here, hide the good stuff. And we were thinking, yeah, we've only got some Durban poison. The amazing thing was he was right and he didn't know it. The police were here, hide the good stuff. Yeah, we already have. Don't worry about that. You can't. I mean, shocking. Absolutely shocking behaviour. Joe! In the country, I've talked my way out of a bit. In the city, loose lips sink ships. Yeah, I think I can certainly say there was a time when your local country copper had a little bit more of an understanding of his beat because he was kind of more. There was a community. There's a community, but in the city, no. So I'd imagine that was the fulcrum on which that kind of differential sort of balanced or lost balance. I kind of lost my own metaphor there. Nice one for the donation. But yeah, city cops. But nowadays, I think they're all the same, to be honest with you. I don't know where you come from. Are you English? Are you English? Are you English? I need an Englishman to help me. But yeah, in England, I think they're pretty much the same now. Thank you, Joe, Undead Cookie Monster, for that another donation. Lomax says, I hate to say it, but your bad history with cops may be in part due to the shocking amount of crime you've committed. Yeah, no. Listen, I committed loads of crime, so yeah, you run that risk, but that doesn't explain why they start trying to just talk to you like you're their mate while they're going through your pockets and trying to put you in prison. That's my point. Do you know what I mean? I absolutely, I understand. If you break the law, you take that risk. I'll take that on the chin. You know, we got pulled over in a car with 23 ounces of crack in it. And I remember thinking, shit, most scrubs know that story. And they didn't even find it. And I had a fucking pocket full of smack and 15 grand on me in 5s and 10s. And the copper just went, just pretend I'm searching you. He went, I can't be bothered about drugs. And I was thinking, yeah, it ain't a bit of ash, mate. There's 23 ounces, of crack in the motor. But they got called away. He went, I think one of you's withholding drugs, and I think it's you. And I was thinking, well, I got 23 ounces of crack in the car. I've got 15 grand in my pocket in used 5s and 10s. And it would appear you two have got something else to do. Ta-da! And then when they drove off, we had a bit of clear pipe with a crack pipe on the end so that the driver could put it in his mouth while he was driving and I could light the rock under the dashboard. There you go. Right. I think we are done, people. I have got no energy left. My nodules, as you can hear, are broken shattered. In fact, I'm shattered. It's R3. I want to at least have 30 minutes before I go to bed. I stream twice a day. I do make videos. It's been absolutely wonderful. Special thanks to Rags and Moslab for moderating the stream. Special thanks to everyone who contributed financially. It is the oil that greases the cogs that makes this machine move. Thank you to everyone who was most delightful and lurking. I think I'll go swimming in the morning. It's been absolutely beautiful. Right, tomorrow, Tim Davis, jet fighter pilot. It's been 90% confirmed. He just needs to make sure the wife hasn't organised something else. But tomorrow afternoon, Tim Davis, fighter pilot. He's been on before. He's always good fun. And I will see you tomorrow morning about 9:30, 10 o'clock. Might be a bit later tomorrow because one, it's Saturday. Two, I've got to go and get an Ethernet cable. You've all been absolutely wonderful. Look after yourselves and don't forget to tell the people you love that you love them because they need to hear it and none of us tell them enough. Hi! Buffering. What an end of stream buffer bastard on that. What about if I do this? And then do this. And then, like magic, do this. And then that. Here we go. Ta-da! Yeah, we got there.
Everyone knows I'm gonna be the first man down. All my friends are sick of having me around. Nobody wants to give a buddy one last break. Can't go on, I've taken all a man can take. Life is a curse, it only gets worse and the world don't watch you drown. Maybe my mind will fail to ever find the point. I'm going
Bashing biscuits.
down
Dirty woman.
Gonna make my grave underneath the wave. I'm going deep, deep.
Don't forget, if you're into guitars and all that, sign up for Ian's Strung Out Guitars channel. It's another Scrubs channel.
Looking back, I rejected every place I stayed.
Nice one, Custard. Didn't know you were here, mate.
Woman says I'm lying in the bed I've made. She says warriors don't give up before the war begins. So I get high to justify the mess I'm in.
I get high to justify the mess.
People get mad and people get sad, but at least they have a cause. I struggle to feel emotion I can really trust. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna make my grave underneath the wave.
Nice one, Ted. Great stream, Chris. Much love, Scrubs. Cheers, Ted.
Gonna lay my head on the riverbed.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Paul, stop. Everyone just stop. Absolutely amazing. Adele. Oh, Adele, have you got a camera? Can you come on live and show us a snake? If that's not your cup of tea, there's no pressure. But finding the snake is absolutely lovely. Oh, look at that. No, that's too much pressure. I'll tell you what, maybe think about it and maybe do it another day. I'm so glad you found her. Absolutely lovely. That's me. That's half of England being able to sleep at night. Have a good one, Billy. Deep down on the water.
I'm going deep, deep down on the water.
Fuck the motherfucking MSN. Fuck the motherfucking MSN. Fuck the mainstream media. Oh God, it's all gone crazy.
Gonna lay my head on the riverbed. I'm going deep, deep down on the water. Gonna make my grave underneath the
Well, there you go. You can sign up to Mumford's channel there. Oh, Ted, that's a bit naughty. Okay, people, it's been an absolute pleasure. Tim Davis, fighter pilot, coming on 99% tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow morning show, probably a bit later, maybe like 10, half 10 UK time. Semia Gog's coming on soon. I've hit up Posey Parker. She might come on. There's half a chance. She did before, but yeah, lots of things happening. Scrubs Music Festival Wednesday.